So I'm so glad to be here. Hello, our viewers. This privilege, I won't let it slide because what we at Help for the Depressed Foundation are out to do is to see how we'll continue to educate the masses. We want everyone to be aware of mental health. Before I started this foundation, it was in 2012 I got to know about mental health. And being an inquisitive mind, I asked so many questions. I was just asking the doctors, the psychologists that I could just get around. I was asking them so many questions. I needed to know more. And one of the questions I remember I asked was, can I meet anyone that has been through mental illness or mental health issue that will want to share the experience with people? And the answer I got was that, in Nigeria, nobody will want to do that because of fear of stigma. So that got me worried because I saw the need for people to be aware. And since the gap was there, nobody was willing to talk about it. I knew it was going to be a problem, that will linger. So I said, I want to fill the gap. But of course, it took me so many years to be able to start off. In 2018, I tried to do something, I couldn't get it. In 2019, we were able to have our sensitization workshop for the very first time, on total wellness and mental health. Brought in nurses, brought in clinical psychologists, brought people from all spheres of life together. We had a session. It was fantastic. Honestly, it was even beyond my imagination. I never expected that much could be done within that period. People attended because I tied it to my birthday, and in Nigeria, the level of Owambe that people attend. When I said my own birthday was going to be a workshop, I thought people would not come. But trust me, people came. It was so impressive. The turnout was massive. And people poured their mind. When they listened to a clinical psychologist stray what mental health was, and then they saw, a nurse, a public health nurse, who spoke with them on, total wellness. And I balanced it with the spiritual aspect. That day, people immediately started asking questions. And somebody raised something at that meeting that day that's beyond having to go to a psychiatric hospital that, is being stigmatized. That there is a need to have a place where people can, run to in case of any mental health challenge. And of course, I knew even before that program that gap was there. But again, resources will not permit one to jump into it. So, but since that 2019 efforts have been on, in 2020, June 1st, we got our CAC certificate. That is, we registered the foundation with the Corporate Affairs Commission. And year in, year out, we have been improving on our activities. We have had times where we arrange that a group of our members will go out, just to unwind. There was a time in 2022 we had to go to, the seaside to see nature, just to help them to cope well. Our vision in Help for the Depressed Foundation is to help lives to thrive emotionally. That's our vision. And Madam KOA mentioned our activities on one of our platforms, which is the WhatsApp platform. We have an interactive platform for the foundation where people that are in need of help can run to and say, I need to be helped. I remember the case she mentioned. I woke up to that message, I think around 2 a.m. when the lady called out for help. And I saw that there are a lot of sides to that particular incident. The emotional aspect is there, which is paramount. But again, there's also the legal aspect, because somebody has owe her money, and getting that money back is a legal thing. So I called on our legal team, and I remember it was even a magistrate, a chief magistrate, that came to explain in the legal implication what she can do, steps that could be taken, to make the situation better and things like that. So on that group, we have so many professionals. Like I'm an accountant, I have accountants on that platform. I have people that are administrators. My husband is an administrator, is on that platform. Most of them don't come out to talk, but they counsel me, tell me this is the way to go, this is what to do at any point. When that lady called for help, I received, counsel from so many places on what to do to help her. She's somebody I even know personally. So I was bothered too that she mustn't lose sleep over a situation, that could be resolved. So it is the passion that drives whatever we do in Help for the Depressed Foundation. The passion to ensure that, our people, that they are coping well with life. We want to see at every point in time that our people in Help for the Depressed Foundation, as many that identify with us, they are able to cope well with life. Mental health issues could come in through any circumstance. The loss of a loved one could land somebody into mental health issues. So sometimes when such happens to any of our members, we rally around them. Those who will not come to the platform, we don't want to share all of that on the platform. A lot of things that we do, we can't showcase because it's not actually, also healthy for us to review so many things that we do. So basically, in Help for the Depressed Foundation, we do so much behind the camera. We don't want to bring out all the things that we do. But there are some that we bring out. Sometimes we go to schools, we talk to students, we want to, inform them about mental health. Because remember, I told you that myself, I had, HND in the year 2000, and up until 2012, I never had about mental health. I never heard about it. So I saw the need for, pupils, primary school pupils, to begin to know about it. I saw the need for secondary schools to be aware about mental health. So I go all out. There was a time I was at Alakure High School in Akure here. Sometimes ago, I was in Federal Government Girls College. I go to schools like that just to talk to the students so that they too are aware at that level that they need to look out for their mental health. All most people know about is physical health, but the truth is that there's no physical health without mental health. So I've come to realize a whole lot, with my interaction with people, and especially when we started this foundation, it has opened my heart to so many things. Because when people call on us, like the case you mentioned, where people have to call me, oh, ma, there's somebody that is losing it now. We need to take her. We need to do this. We need to do that. A lot of calls like that come. Sometimes some people are having challenges with some relationships, and they know that this is already rubbing on their mental health. The next thing they do is call on us and say, help us. What do we do? We need this person to be stable, and we don't know how to go about this, things like that. And honestly, we are getting feedback that people are actually, getting better, after we might have, come in one way or the other. There are issues where I will have to, link them with professionals that will attend to them. And let me also mention that our activities goes even beyond our physical community. I attend to cases outside Nigeria. I attend to cases in Abuja, even though I'm in Akure here. I attend to cases in Lagos because few hands are doing what I'm doing. What I'm doing presently in Help for the Depressed Foundation, I'm not a professional, but we are trying to, be the bridge, even between the professionals and those that need the help. Because we have realized that in this part of the world, a lot of people don't have access to the right help that they need. Okay. Now, there was a case I remember in 2021. There was a case that somebody called on me all the way from Lagos, that a brother was losing it and things like that. I had to make contact. I linked the person to General Hospital Bagada, and they saw a psychiatrist. And I think months after, the man called me back again and said, Princess, thank you. My brother is now, getting better, is now coping, better with life and things like that. I also have cases, in Abuja. I will have to refer some to the National Hospital like that. What I'm trying to bring out from that is that I don't take the role of a professional when people call on me. What we do at Help for the Depressed Foundation is to create awareness. We want to increase the level of awareness of mental health, and we also want to help people to cope well with life. So our vision is to help lives to thrive emotionally. And how do we achieve it? Is by creating advocacy for mental health, by organizing programs to educate people, trying to do all that we could do. And that's why you can see us all over social media. Most of the things I do on social media, they are targeted at increasing the level of awareness of mental health, because in my own part of the world, the awareness is too low, and it is encouraging stigmatization. And stigmatization will not help anyone to come out of a mental health issues. I remember you also asked that we should also mention our achievements so far. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, our achievements could not be measured, in clear terms, due to the fact that the level of awareness is still low. We don't want people to begin to also, call names when we bring out some issues that we attend to. So we reduce publicity around the things we do for people to be able, to come out of, mental illnesses. However, if there's anyone that feel led that after what they have experienced in Help for the Depressed Foundation, they want to come out in the open and talk about us. In fact, it's going to be, a great, publicity for the foundation, because it will help to show to the world what we have been doing. But that notwithstanding, our activities around children home is one thing we also talk about, because we discovered that those children, they are already emotionally, being battered because of the circumstances that lead them to the children home. Children home is what some people call orphanages, but here we have adopted the name children home. We don't want to call them orphans, because many of them, they have both father and mother alive, yet they are in children home. So we just call them children home. And when we go to such places, we play with the kids, we give them the little we have. And we also want to let them know that there's something called mental health. So as they grow too, they begin to guard their mental health. Our mental health is something we need to guard as if we are setting up a physical security, to guard a store, a warehouse where we are kept, prized items. Okay, then sometimes too we go to places like lepers colony in Akure. There's a place we call Agoiriti. It is lepers colony. We go there, we give them items, we talk to them, we encourage them, because we know that if somebody has gotten to that situation, their mental health is already challenged. So we need to encourage them so that they can be at their best in life. Again, we go to schools, we print exercise books. I would like to show you, for example, a sample of our exercise books that we give to schools. Okay. This is This is something that we printed, we gave to schools, gave to students, because we know that some students, they are in school, they don't have writing materials, nothing to write with, yet they are in school. Help for the Depressed Foundation, we have also been able to do that. We print exercise books and give to students. And aside that, we pay school fees. It will shock you to know. We pay school fees of students. There was a time in Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko, there was a girl that cried out for help, that she's losing it because she couldn't continue her education because there's no fund. It is not as if that is our area, but because it's bordered on her progress, and if there is any timeline that somebody needs to meet and the person is not meeting it, it could boil down on, mental health issues. She cried out. We reached out to the school. The school said we should write officially that we should come to the school to pay up our fees. And we did all of that. And today, the lady is a graduate. We don't wait for people to appreciate whatever we are doing in Help for the Depressed Foundation. What we just do is we keep going. We keep pushing. And a lot of people will stop me, on the road. Sometimes they will say, "Ma, your foundation helped me to survive something that I passed through, in recent time." Some will say years back, that they almost lost it, but for the activities of Help for the Depressed Foundation. I remember there was a guy that stopped me one day and introduced the wife to me. And he said, "My wife wants to meet you." And the wife explained to me that it was through my foundation that her husband introduced her to, that she was able to bounce back to life, because she was already being depressed. Her case was that she had issue with childbearing. Waiting could be something that could tamper with someone's mental health. Her own case was that she was waiting, and in Africa, before you know it, they begin to, disturb the woman as if she's God that gives children, that she's not having a child at that time, it is her fault and things like that. But the husband introduced her to our platforms, and, she was just following us. Because again, let me mention that you don't have to have a one-on-one encounter with me before you gain from our platform. Ours is that we make it, general. And if God leads you to that platform, you pick your own, as it is coming out, as we are dishing it out, you are picking yours, and on your own, you are coming up. You are coming up. And let me also mention the area of volunteers. On our various platforms, we have so many volunteers, some students, some working class that are working and supporting us. Our admin team, they are all volunteers. They are not paid. I think the only people we pay on our team, there are not so many. I think about 3 people that we pay on our team. Apart from the admin, we also have the media team that is headed by Mr. Olumide Olunloyo. He heads our media team. He has done so much for the foundation, and most of what he does is just to support the foundation. He doesn't get money. He doesn't get paid for doing all of that for us. So a lot of people have been supporting us. We have a clinical psychologist who has been supporting us even from the time we started this foundation, Dr. Mrs. Evelyn Onibi. I must acknowledge her on this program. She has been so supportive. People will call me, they have challenges. I will refer them to her. She will attend to them, not taking a dime from them, just to ensure that people are coping well with life. A lot of people have done so much to support this foundation. And some, at some points, we have to come and we have programs to be guest speakers, and they don't get paid a kobo. We don't pay them for speaking at our programs. Because again, intellectual properties, ordinarily, if we want to pay, we have to pay so much. We have to pay so much, but these people will not get money from us, and they will come, they will speak. And by the time people are leaving those programs, they are telling me they are blessed. Some will come call me months after and say, but for the program that they attended, they would have lost it. There's a lady that has been supporting us from America, Oluwadayo Adeyemo. She also owns a platform, My Mental Health Matters. The lady has been so superb. Sometimes I organize programs online. She will be the one that will anchor the program all the way from America. I remember there was a day a pastor gave us his platform, a church platform, to have a program. She was the one that anchored the program. She was the one that spoke with the people. I was not in the same location with the church. She was not also in the same location, but through technology, we were able to, arrange the program. We had it. It was successful. And about a year after, one lady came to me from that church, and she said the day they had that program in that church, she said she was already at the verge of losing it. And it was that program that was a turning point for her. And today, the lady is doing well with her family. They're no longer in Nigeria. They relocated, I think, some years back now, and they're doing fine. Thank God she didn't have to lose it totally at that point. Till today, suicidal ideation is still very high in Nigeria. And I must say that a lot, of intervention through this foundation has helped us, to keep people from going the path of, suicide. Whether we like to say it or not, on daily basis, the media is filled with numbers of people that die by suicide. But we are doing our own little. Like the Bible says, it said the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. And that's exactly what is happening about mental health. The harvest is plenteous and the laborers are few. We are doing our bit, but I know that what we are doing is still not enough. I will encourage that so many other foundations, should come up, and the government agencies too should do more to increase the level of awareness on mental health, because our society will get better if we have more people that are mentally, agile, more people that are mentally stable. If somebody is working in any environment and the person is not mentally okay, it will rub on the productivity of that person. This year, come October 10, is the World Mental Health Day. And the theme for this year is mental health in the workplace. Yes, I think mental health in the workplace. So, honestly, there is so much for us to do. So I want to appreciate Madam Ashaju for the privilege to use your platform, to talk about us, Help for the Depressed Foundation today. And this that you have done too, I know that it's going to yield a lot of results. So many people will be blessed by it. I want to say thank you for the opportunity. And if there's any question, please feel free to ask. If there's any area you feel I have not touched, kindly ask.